Hello everyone and welcome to the next episode in my Pirate Lord playthrough. Now, yes, we are King Agi, and last episode we totally failed to take Norway. But that's fine, we have our Prince Hrodbert over here. He is unremarkable, except in one thing, he is the only male child we have. So there won't be a succession crisis when he takes over. My plan, basically, is to raise him, then for Aki to die while he is relatively young, and then as Hrodbert to finally click the button to secure the High Kingdom of the North Sea. And I gotta say, this is kinda tricky. I mean, the whole thing is that you basically have to control multiple kingdoms for 30 years, but you're not allowed to be an empire. It's a fairly unique and somewhat challenging requirement. In my opinion, it's a good deal harder than creating the Roman Empire. And look at that. This guy used to be in full control of England, but now all his vassals hate him. And that's all because of that negative 60 offensive war penalty that we got from fighting Sweden. Yikes. Okay, at least the Jarl of Mercia likes us. My plan for Aki is not to have him live for as long as possible. I do want him to die pretty much as soon as my next heir comes of age. I will be changing his lifestyle to, let's say, domain focus. Do I need the personal domain? Yeah, I do need the personal domain. So the domain focus will be nice for that, and also with the administrator I can get my vassals to like me again. Okay, this is not good. There's this random smallpox plague happening and my son immediately caught it, even though I did seclude myself. Okay, let's call for a physician. It would really screw up my plans if this kid were to die. Okay, well, thank God for that. Oh, would you look at that? Finally, we've started getting the Northern Army invasions. These guys can absolutely be very annoying, but they're not that difficult to deal with. You just wait for their army to show up, raise your army right next to them, and as soon as you catch them, destroy them. Oh, and I'm a prisoner in my own body. Okay, well, this time I'm not that annoyed at it. A part of the North Army invasion has been destroyed, but they still have these 8,800 guys. Let's wait for them to disembark. Dealing with them shouldn't be a problem, especially since they're recently disembarked. Boom, there we go. It would be nice if you at least got some gold as a reward. Okay, well, at least I get some prestige. Oh, and that does remind me, there's no reason I shouldn't create the kingdom title of Frisia. I do control all of it. I might even become a legendary figure with this character at this rate. Oh, well, here's a little wrinkle in my plans. I got a second son. That's what you get when you have to have a whole bunch of concubines. Oh well, at least now I have a spare heir. He can go ahead and be groomed to be his brother's replacement if need be. He will get a whole bunch of kingdoms, but he will get a whole bunch of kingdoms on succession. But maybe we can find a way to put him out of the succession line if we need to. For example, by maybe making him my Risgodi, or however you pronounce that. I watch London's youngest Anglo-Nords at their studies, slow to learn, ill-disciplined, they squabble like their parents, nothing like the Norse of wondrous Isle of Man. Interesting, so we are now kind of envious of our lost Norse culture. I can simply ignore it, I can get some cheap bonus for that, or I can do my reign can be a rebirth, introduce foreign learnings to replace my people's ways or bring them to greater glory. This will be challenging and costly, and sure, you are prepared. I mean, I do have a bunch of money burning a hole in my pocket. I don't know what good it will be to follow the ways of the Norse, the culture that we split away from already. But whatever, let's try it anyway. On my orders, the first newly hewn lanes and modest outposts stretch out from London, built in the style of Great Norse roads, forts and tax offices. Oh yeah, by the way, I did make London my new capital. It seems fitting. Still, my capital is no glittering Isle of Man, nor England a populous land rich in trade and craftwork. Yet, at my side, Earl Whitherhead Lucas stands at my new constructions, my foreign architects. You and rich merchants and commoners sneers my vassal, when your faithful nobility can be raising new halls from your generosity. Okay, so I can give in to him, leaning more into the Anglo-Nordic customs instead of Norse. I can lean into Norse, or I can lean even more into Norse. Yeah, okay, I think I'm gonna go for broke. All of the factions targeting me get 30 discontent, but I don't have any dangerous factions at the moment. I get 4 development in my capital, and all it costs me is 900 gold. Yes, please. Oh, well, hush my mouth. These peasants are all of a sudden angry. Okay, well, I'm not giving you a tax leniency. Or tax lien, whatever. Ah, seriously, you don't even have any troops. I can just deal with you with my men-at-arms. Oh, hello, and what's this? Reforms Norse influence. Urban Norse families have established a new community in your capital while rustic migrants settle the countryside. Acceptance between the Anglo-Norse and Norse has been increased by 5%. What is our acceptance with our previous culture? I mean, fairly high. We did kinda split away from them. Whatever. I have the option to take the Thingmeat cultural tradition from the Norse culture and accept it into my Anglo-Norse. I mean, I did leave it behind because I didn't care about it so much, but accepting it will contribute to my sweeping Norse reforms. Whatever that means exactly. I also get a nasty debuff. That's fine. And it looks like we have finished the reformation of our Norse Anglican Nordic culture. The years of derision and suspicion, sacrifice and upheaval, they were for this. As my Anglo-Norse bow before me, the last words of my greatest edict of reform are thunderously recited. We shall rule in a new, Norse-inspired manner. We shall build until we rival the glories of the Isle of Man. And every Anglo-Nordic child will learn the skills, know the wonders I knew in my youth. Yeah, interesting. So it's important to note that the development of the Isle of Man is by far the highest development county in our realm. That's probably why we're getting this Norse obsession. Much has been altered, a new elegance enlivens my court, trade flourishes, settlements grow, and more migrate to my reborn England each day. I am still Anglo-Nordic, but I am the new Anglo-Nordic. Okay, so I can say I've done it. My capital gets some bonuses, I get some renown, or I lose prestige, I get more renown, and I guess these are bigger bonuses? No, they're the same bonuses. But it's fine, you know, spending prestige for renown, that's a good deal. It must be absolute. Oh yeah. Oh dear. So I'm at 69 years of age, and I know I will be dead within the year. Well, what is our situation then? So we have our 10-year-old heir, he is brave, rowdy, he'll still be a child when he takes over, which is unfortunate. And he also has a brother that will inherit a bunch of stuff. Now, unfortunately, I don't really see a way to get rid of him. Well, I could disinherit him. Yeah, I mean, it costs us legitimacy and some vassal opinion, but I think it's worth it. Yeah, so we don't have to deal with a succession civil war. Although I get this court event, a feline hunter. Wait, does getting a cat increase my health? I thought it did. Yeah, a rat hunting cat, it increases my health. Will that extend my life? Or not? Let's see. The cat did not, in fact, extend my life. So, we are now Hornworth, the 11-year-old. Still don't want to be an adventurer, thank you very much. Absolutely, I will be going for the Shadow of Fame. That will give me an extra prestige boost. And yeah, our main goal now is to grow up, make sure our vassals don't rebel against us too much, and eventually take over Norway. Then we just need to hold it for 30 years, and we can form the North Sea Empire. So step 1 of the plan is done. I did manage to get the Brilliant Strategist education, which is very nice. I have 2 virtues, Brave and Wrathful, both decent traits in their own right. I will absolutely going for the martial lifestyle. I will be leading my own troops to give myself the best advantage possible. Now, looking at Sweden, they are fighting a civil war, an independence war. Conveniently, Norway is trying to split off. Unfortunately, not the entirety. I will need to go to war with Sweden again, probably, but that's fine. It looks like they're losing. I'll wait for them to lose and then maybe go in on independent Norway. Let's see, it will have to be the Kingdom Invasion CB, so I can't do that anyway. I need a lot more prestige. Alright, well, I guess it's time to spend some time feasting, hunting and raiding. Don't mind me, I'm just raiding Lotharingia here, and we get to open another Dynasty Legacy path. We completely finished the pillage line, the final one giving us daily siege progress plus 25%, very nice. Now, if we are to start another, I think I'm gonna go for adventure. Now look, that won't be that useful to us. I don't plan on leaving Britain or the North Sea anytime soon, but for the RP I think I'll take it. And it will give us some nice bonuses, like here in Strange Gods, we get a different faith opinion plus 15%. That will go very nice with our own pluralist faith. We have to fight off another Northern Army invasion of Frisia. Well, at least our troops are already raised and ready to fight. Oh yeah, that wasn't even difficult. Very nice. Since we're near France anyway, might as well move on to raiding them instead of the Lotharingians. Oh dear, the French are fighting back. Will we manage to keep our loot? Yes, we will. Nice. Well, alright, after some time hunting, feasting and raiding, I have gained my Exalted Among Men level of fame, and Sweden has actually managed to eventually win against their little rebellion, which is probably better for me, as now I can take all of Norway in just one war instead of having to deal with a bunch of independent dukes. Now, King Bercy here, he is a rival, and he is the same giant that defeated our father. Well, not defeated so much as fought him to a stalemate. Now we have an opportunity to take Norway for ourselves. Now it won't be easy, but he has converted to Catholicism, and hopefully that will mean that all those supply limit penalties from fighting unreformed pagans are now gone, which will make it a lot easier to actually siege down the counties here. But I have a plan. I'm not just going to raise my armies and go straight in on Norway. I'm going to wait for them to raise their armies and then meet them on the battlefield. They do have quite a bit of troops, more than me even, but I have a lot of money that I got from raiding and that I can use to hire as many mercenaries as I want to. So let's do it. We're going to do an invasion of Norway. Now I'm just waiting to see where their armies will appear and take them on there. They'll probably raise their armies over here in Iceland where their capital is and then sail over to somewhere. I guess I just have to be patient. Ah, here they are. Excellent, they decided to attack me where my homeland is. Even better for me. Okay, there's my whole army. Now I might as well hire my Holy Order, a pretty powerful Holy Order as well. And now let's go ahead and break their armies and then we'll go over to Norway and siege down whatever we need to siege down. Oh my goodness, and we actually got lucky and we captured him in the first battle. Oh, that's very good. Whoa, well this war was a lot easier than the last one, damn. It lasted for all of 8 months, whereas the last one lasted for 10 years, a whole decade. Okay, well, before I end this war, I will be torturing this guy. I mean, he is my rival, but also if he goes insane or something or gets maimed, that will weaken him in the future. So this is the third English invasion of Norway, okay? It's done. Norway is ours. Now, that does mean that we got a whole lot of new vassals, but all of them are either a Satru or old Satru, which is totally fine. Okay, and I will be quickly taking the Kingdom of Norway title for myself. And now, in order to secure the High Kingdom of the North Sea, we just need to hold it for 30 years. This character is very young. Yeah, so he'll be in his 50s when we can finally secure the Kingdom of the North Sea. That should be fine. Now it's just the time to play the waiting game. Well, it looks like King Bercy wants revenge. He's attacking me for the Duchy of Uppland. Okay, fair enough, that is the capital of his kingdom. But he is weaker than ever. I don't think he has a chance here. Yeah, none whatsoever. Oh yeah, here I'm leading my own troops. They stand no chance. Oh, there goes their entire army. Well, that did not work out for them, did it? The kings of Ireland have lost the conqueror trait, so even though they control land everywhere from Scotland to Poland to Estonia even, I think it's only gonna go downhill from there, and they're going to be slowly collapsing. While I'm waiting for my unification of the North Sea to happen, I think I'm just going to be taking a little bit of land from there, here and there. Let's start with Albany. Conveniently, as I get Albany, my truce with Sweden is expiring. And I'm not done with Sweden. Sure, I don't need this land to control the North Sea, but I want it anyway. So I will be doing a holy war for the Kingdom of Sweden. They are currently busy fighting Ireland for some county here. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be any trouble for us at all. Okay, so this is pretty much their entire army. They still have a few more guys here, but this is their non-mercenary army. And it's even led by their king. Unfortunately we didn't catch him this time, but that's a pretty good kill ratio there. Still need to occupy a few more counties before I can declare victory, unfortunately. Okay, that war dragged on for a while, a whole 4 years, but we got them in the end. I gotta say, this giant Bercy really is a tough cookie, but not tough enough. And now when I take his kingdom level title, his realm splits into a whole bunch of tiny ones. Yeah, now he just controls the Duchy of Brittany. He could probably become king again by creating that title. Oh well, at least we kicked him out of Sweden. Oh no! This is what I was hoping to avoid. The Pope is coming for England. That's a lot of Catholics. You know what? To try and blunt their assault force, I'm going to try and get a few alliances with the most powerful Catholics. Luckily, I have a bunch of unbetrothed children. There we go, that's France. I got Lotharingia. The Bavarians don't have anyone available to marry, unfortunately. Neither do the Burgundians. Iberia is completely Ashari, it seems, works for me. I guess I'll try and marry the more powerful vassals of France and Lotharingia, because they of course can individually go to war for the Crusade as well. Would this 18-year-old with a baby on the way be willing to get betrothed to my 8-year-old? Yes, she would. Great. Alright, here they come. There are slightly more of them than there are us, but we do have the advantage of being on an island. So as they arrive, they will be recently disembarked, and hopefully we can catch them when they're vulnerable. Okay, while I did actually manage to get the French and the Lotharingians to stay out of the Crusade, unfortunately I can't actually call them to be on my side. Oh well. We've actually gotten quite a bit of ticking war score, and the Catholics haven't even appeared. That's a good sign for now. Although, oh, speak of the devil. Here they are. Okay, well, there's all of us here. We're ready to break these guys, hopefully. Okay, let's group up first. I will be using some of my considerable money to hire a bunch of mercenaries. And now, hopefully, it says I'll probably lose, but they recently disembarked. They're running low on supplies, and we have reinforcements coming our way. Alright, let's do it. Yes, nice, there we go, that's a good fight. Oh, what happened here? So 50,000 guys on our side against 25,000 on theirs, and we killed 11,000, while we only lost 800. Great, now let's smash everyone else that disembarked here, and this war should be more or less won. There we go, we're already at over 90% war score. Okay, it would be very anticlimactic if I now just died from measles. But at last battle, yeah, again 50,000 on our side, 25,000 on theirs, and quite a good kill-death ratio. There we go, this is probably going to be the last battle of the Crusade. There we go. My eldest son has come of age, some random guy has learned Anglic, and we have won. We have defended England from those dang Catholics. The Asatru have held firm. Look at this, I'm doing quite a decent job at spreading Asatru if I do say so myself. I do give my vassals directives to convert whenever they can. And Finland is all of a sudden Asatru. I wasn't even trying to get them to be Asatru, but a bunch of their leaders have converted to our faith. It's now been a few years. As you can see, I've cleaned up the borders somewhat. We now control all of Great Britain, and we have access to the secure High Kingdom of the North Sea decision. We've held Norway, England and Denmark for 30 years now. We are famous enough. We are not in the high medieval era yet, we won't be for quite a while. So yeah, the Kingdom of England, Denmark and Norway are a natural match, rich, fierce and bound together by trade and noble blood. If only someone could overcome their individualism, wedding the three permanently. We get the North Sea. The fine High King, this character worships the old gods and will go to any lengths to show that others should too. Oh, definitely. We get the nickname. We get a legend seed, and, again, the North Sea Empire. Above all, a High King. It has long been my ambition to unite the great kingdoms of the North Sea beneath a single, permanent crown. For years I have toiled, winning recognition as a great ruler of each of my realms in turn. And today I make good on my dream. After extracting carefully worded oaths of unceasing fealty from key vassals, Saxon, Norwegian and Dane alike have acknowledged my office as High King, the undisputed overlord of the North Sea. Mayhaps my descendants will continue to rule the kingdoms as one, mayhaps they won't. Thankfully, it no longer matters. Whoever wears the lesser crowns, all shall bow to the plunder High King. Oh cool, we get an awesome new color, it's like a purplish dark blue, I like it. So yeah, Denmark, Norway and England are de jure land, although Scotland, Wales and Sweden will start to de jure drift immediately. And we're finally an emperor. I mean, it took us this long to finally get that top level title, and yeah, now that we're a real empire, it's time for us to start really expanding. I mean, we don't even control the entire coastline of the North Sea, we don't even control all of Britannia. We still have some more work to do. But that's gonna have to be for next episode. My name has been Michael, I hope to see you then, and goodbye.